Vamos viajando um pouco sobre o Velho Testamento na história da humanidade. O que houve para surgirmos até aqui no ponto em que nós nos encontramos? Como é que foi a trajetória da igreja primitiva?
Essa palavra é uma palavra de alerta para a igreja, para aquilo que está prestes a acontecer, para que a igreja se prepare para os males que ela será submetida. E escute o que eu vou dizer, isso aqui está muito próximo.
You should know, I broke down, and I wept, and I mourned, and I fasted, and then I began to pray night and day. When I heard, I wept. Why didn't his brother, Nanani, why didn't these other men, who apparently were godly men, because later Nanani was given the rule of the city, why didn't they have an answer? Why didn't God use them in restoration? Why didn't they have a word? Because there was no sign of anguish, no weeping, not a word of prayer. It's all ruin.
You preacher, go farther and deeper into the heart of the gospel. And as you do, and I can assure you with the authority of Scripture that this is the one cure for everything that is the malady in preachers and their churches, everything else will be set in place. The gospel. Know it. Be a man who dwells in your study, who reads ancient books, who cries out to God in prayer, so that on Sunday, when you go to the pulpit and open up your mouth, you have something to say to God's people. Not about a mere ethic or a morality, but about a person that is incomprehensible, full of glory, full of glory.
Quando eu digo que o principal alvo de Satanás são as crianças, parece que eu estou falando grego aqui nessa igreja.
As pessoas têm uma revelação baixa de Deus, porque não conhecem Deus. Vivem pensando que Deus é um ser carnal. Vivem pensando que Deus é um homem. Vivem pensando que Deus é igual aos homens. As pessoas precisam entender isso. E essa nação está dizendo assim, não. Não. A nação quer se perder, a nação.
You take mountains and molehills, crickets and clowns. You take everything, every planet, every star, every form of beauty, everything that sings, everything that brings delight, and you put it all in the scale, and you put Christ on the other side, and He outweighs them all. He outweighs them all. Brethren, this is the one we chase after. Go to your studies. Go to your studies. Flee there, not to become smarter than the next man, but to behold His glory until it hurts you and disintegrates you and reconstitutes you and makes you a preacher.
And now out of Cannes Film Festival, according to the New York Times, there's a new movie about to hit the shores of the United States with 13, 14-year-old kids having unspeakable kinds of sex with adults. And they said at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's the boast of Cannes Festival, that we have not only pushed the envelope, we've gone over the edge. And America's now ripe for it. This is a mafia bunch that kill and murder and maim. Gratuitous sex, cheating, lying, mafia. And we have millions of Christians now in the United States getting together and talking about the next show, and they're addicted to it. Addicted. Some of you hearing me now, that's your favorite show. No laughing. This is life and death. Did you come here tonight? Did you raise your hands and sing and shout and have a good time? And you know you've been watching this filth?
Brethren, we are not men of the people. And although we must love them and walk among them, we are primarily men of God. And it is our primary task to be in His courts ambassadors. Ambassadors of Christ. Not of the law, not of the letter, but of His own dear Son. Ambassadors of Christ. There's such majesty in that. There's such beauty, and yet there is a beauty that is so sharp that it kills the preacher. It has the power to disintegrate his mind and shatter his heart in a million pieces. Oh, brethren, you don't need much. You only need an exalted, a greater, a wider, a higher, a deeper view of Christ. The people of God around the world today, they don't need strategies. They don't need the wisdom of men. They don't need clever ideas. They only need to see Christ. And that is the burden. That is the terror, the pain, and the beauty of the preacher. To be in his courts. To be on his doorstep. And to say nothing I've had up till now is enough. I must have more of Christ. And then to look out over God's people and see them hungry and with so little power and so wayward and so distracted and cry out, oh God, am I not a preacher? Am I not a preacher? Then consume my heart with Christ, that I might stand before your people, and in the word I proclaim they have a greater vision of Him, and in seeing Christ, it is enough.